Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 27th of August. Tuesday, and we'll do a little bit of market talk for today, see some of the action. We'll go through a little bit of news, courtesy of the trade exchange built for traders by traders. If this video helps you out, please hit the like button down below there, below this video. And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, help us grow. And if you feel that we're doing a good service for you, go ahead and put our videos out on social media. So let's go ahead and look at the SPY here. So a bounce for the bulls today. Bulls get a bounce, get a reprieve. They avoid the bloodbath that was happening in the futures last night. But a bounce and remains just a bounce, and we are still in a choppy range in a headline-driven, tweet-driven market. The reason the markets did bounce today was China called, wants to make a deal, says President Trump. Also, last night in the evening, Sunday evening, Trump and Japan have a possible trade deal, so that helped the markets rally today on the trade comments. So the Dow Jones closed up 270 points, the transport's up 95, S&P 500 plus 31, and the NASDAQ plus 102. So that was kind of our day today. As you can see on the SPY chart, we held above this lows here, the 282 area, holding above the 200 SMA SPY daily chart. You're looking at unable to get above the momentum moving averages yet, still below 290 on the SPY, still below the 10 SMA, the 5 EMA on my chart. So 288.70 is the 5 EMA, 289 is the 10 SMA on the SPY daily chart. The IWM, we spoke about it on yesterday's videos, held above that 145 again. Not a great bounce, still in trouble here. Kind of a bear flag going on here, so nothing great for the bulls. The IWC, same thing, right? Looks like it's rolling over, but a little bit of a reprieve today, holding above $85, $84 on that. Let's take a look at the Qs on the daily chart. So the battle remains at the 150 SMA. We keep hitting it, bouncing off of it. So right now, the 150 SMA for the QQQ, the NASDAQ stocks, we'll call it a 182. So if they break 182, then we have a previous low here of 181.50, we'll call it. And if all that breaks, then we have the big round number of 180. So 180 is definitely the round number line in the sand here, and this 150 SMA. So you'd have to think if this breaks down, then we're probably going to get a test of around that 200 SMA on the Qs, and if that breaks, well, then we could go all the way back down to the lows in June. All right, so and that low was down at 169. But anyway, that's all just numbers, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. Look at the market bouncing today. Once again, China and trade news pushing the markets around today, and they'll continue to push the markets around today. So let's go ahead and look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. And we'll go ahead and scroll to some of the news that came out after the bell, and we had NVTR was halted. They got halted, and then I'll give you the news in a moment. But Johnson & Johnson, very volatile in the after hours tonight. There was the judge in Oklahoma finds J&J liable in the lawsuit. I believe the settlement, $572 million. Talk of liability. So it was lower, right? Lower liability than was expected. I believe it was in the billions So they're kind of getting away with less of a settlement here, so they popped it up, but it did pull back. They closed it at 127.80, currently holding around 130.62 on Johnson & Johnson's. I believe they're going to appeal the decision, so more to come on that. J&J. NVTR exploring strategic options to enhance shareholder value on NVTR. So that stock popping up in the after hours tonight. SESN company appoints Monica Forbes as chief financial officer there. So SESN. That stock just kind of ticking up a little bit in the after hours tonight. Let's see. Texas Instrument prices 750 million of investment grade notes. CAL came out with earnings after the bell tonight. That stock is moving up. Earnings per share beat by 4 cents and a revenue beat. Looks like they're in the footwear space. Never heard of them, so you'll have to let me know if their footwear is any good. Anyway, CAL up in the after hours tonight. Let's see. Meg Terrell making some comments from CNBC. Stocks of companies involved in other opioid litigation on the move. So let's see. We had MNK was moving up. Popping up, gave it back here. ENDP popped up in the after hours, giving it back, and Teva also popped up, all involved in the opioid, litigation there. So they popped Teva up when the J&J news came out, but most of them giving it back in the after hours at the moment. Let's see, we had Eni with a 13G filing here. Let's see, Christopher M. Cunningham, 7.3% stake in ANY. So that one is up a little bit in the after hours tonight. We had a VFC director purchase of 2,000 shares here on that one. MERC director purchased 10,000 shares at 11,000 on at $11 MERC. So that stock ticking up a little bit on that one. Let's see, what other news did we get after the bell? IBIO was popping up in the after hours here. IBIO moving up a bit. Closed it at 69 cents, popping up to about 90 cents or so. IBIO and CC Farming expand businesses collaboration in China. So some news there for IBIO. And then here's a list of some of those top insider purchases that happened today and some after hours tonight. You could pause the video right here. Once again, this news courtesy of the Trade Exchange, and that's some of your after hours news from the Trade Exchange. So if you look at the Sunday video, FinViz heat map was a sea of red, and now we are pretty much a sea of green for today as the markets bounce back a little bit today. Google up 1.5% on the day, Facebook jumping up, Microsoft, the bigger names. Some of the banks got a little bit of buying today. Bank America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Amazon jumping today over 1%, Apple climbing almost 2% on the day, Procter & Gamble moving up, ST Lauder moving up 1.53%. Some of the oils, ExxonMobil, Chevron getting a little bit of buying. Disney was up over 2% on the day as they're putting some of their Disney stores within Target. Walmart bounced back today, up 1%. Costco jumping 1.62%, and Dollar General popping 1.63%. Let's see, we had Philip Morris down over 4% today, and Altria Group jumping almost 1.5% or 1.5% on the day. So that's the heat map courtesy of FinViz. Let's go and look at some of the stocks that were the top gainers for today. This ARCI was popping. RKDA, we traded this a few times in the service today at Zozo StockWatch. So RKDA was popping up today. Nice moves there. strong stock. SLRX, LIQT, PDCE, FBIO, MDCO, and then we had ASNA, all top gainers for today. Some of your top losers for the day: NSPR, MOGU, they came out with earnings this morning, so that stock was down 18% on the day. Trove dropping 13% on the day. TEUM down 11% on the day. AMRH down 9%. CREG dropping even further here. CREG down 8%, and TEL dropping 8% on the day. So that's some of your top gainers, losers, courtesy of the Charity Exchange newsletter. And then we have unusual options activity today. A lot of call activity in AMD today. Call activity, unusual call activity. Zynga also had unusual call activity. Oxy, OXY, call activity in that name. And then on the put side, you had SE and KMX with all unusual put activity on those names. We do still have earnings season going on. Momo reports earnings tomorrow before the open on Tuesday. Then we get Autodesk, Hewlett Packard Enterprises, HPE, and Viva all coming out after the bell on Tuesday. Wednesday, we get some of the software names and some more retailers reporting. Okta, Nutanix, Five Below for retail, Guess Jeans, PVH, which makes a lot of the stuff for retail. Then we get Best Buy, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Abercrombie and Fitch, Burlington. We also get Ulta, Workday in that software space. Will be reporting after the bell on Thursday. Dell Computers will be reporting. Yext, American Outdoor Brands, the old Smith & Wesson there. Big Lots and Jinko Solar, JKS symbol there Friday before the open. So that's some of your earnings for the rest of the week coming out courtesy of Earnings Whisper. A few stories that broke today. Tesla is going to be raising prices in China by the end of the month. Not really helping Tesla too much today. And also one of the another director leaving Tesla today or over the weekend. So Tesla basically was up, I guess, 1% on the day for Tesla. But Tesla raising prices in China by the end of the month. BYND had news with KFC. They partnered with KFC, Beyond Meat, and KFC for a plant-based nuggets and wings. So we traded BYND today. We got a very nice trade in this morning in the pre-market on BYND. So nice move up there. Roku, Barron's says best way to play streaming. So Roku moving up today on that. Barron's positive comments on the day. And then don't forget, Monday next week, the 2nd of September, the markets are closed. So I would expect Friday to be kind of quiet as we go into the holiday weekend there. And then Monday, the markets are closed for Labor Day in the United States and Canada. So those markets will be closed. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that watch list for tomorrow. Some of the names I'm going to have on watch. So I go through a variety of names. Some folks that watch my videos like the smaller names, some like the larger names. So if they pertain to you, then write them down and keep an eye on them for tomorrow. Make sure you hit the like button down below this video to help support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Don't be a free rider. All we ask is that you hit the like channel down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Help us to grow. AKRX is on the list for tomorrow. 4.6 million shares came into this name. They popped it up to $3.10. Then we kind of pulled back here. So I don't particularly like this candle, but we'll see with this volume, see if we get any kind of setup in the morning or in the afternoon on that name. AMD, one that's always on watch, right? We've pulled back here to about the 100 SMA on AMD. So today it had call activity in the name. So we'll keep it on watch on this name if they can get it back back over. Let's see, the highs today, 30.72. We'll see how it sets up intraday. You can see I have my line set up here. That 30.67, 30.72 has been in the way. So we'll see if AMD wants to set up for tomorrow. ARWR, has been a strong name, popped up all the way almost to $35. Then we got a two-stick pullback here. We're holding above the 10 SMA, maybe possible swing trade in this name. You have the highs here of 32.30, and then you have a low of 31.25. So for a swing trade, not a bad entry point if you can take out these highs with a tight stop. If you're looking for something to swing trade, 1.8 million on ARWR. Keep your eye on it. Let's see, ATHX. This was popping volume, expanding volume today. Has this 140, 145 in the way, a biotech name. So we'll keep an eye on this one. It looks like, it says 1.4 million, but on the chart here, intraday chart, it doesn't look like it. But I'll keep it on watch to see if we get any further follow through in that name or a setup. ATRS looks good here. If we can get up over this 350, 355 area, a little under 1 million shares on ATRS. It's holding above all the moving averages here, so we'll keep an eye on this one if it can clear that 355 spot on ATRS. Beyond the meat, maybe getting some momentum back. It is getting back above the 10 SMA here on the daily chart, back above the 5 EMA, a couple of momentum moving averages. Obviously, work to do here yet, but we'll keep an eye on this one intraday for tomorrow, see if it gets any further continuation, but it is trying to curl back up on that name. CREG, a small little one under 50 cents, had a strong close here. China recycling company here, under 50 cents right now, 1.7 million. If you like those under 50 centers, keep an eye on it. CRM, Salesforce, has been holding up pretty well since their earnings. So let's see, on CRM, you see the expanding volume when they announced their earnings. Today, 8.9 million on this name. So maybe if it can get up over this 156 area, $156, maybe it can get going again on Salesforce. Keep it on your watch, holding up well, relative strength in this market right now. DCPH, right? A few weeks ago, this thing popped all the way up to 42 and change. It's been basing. If they can ever get this thing up over 38 and a quarter, maybe it starts running again. So keep an eye on this one. If you do mess around with this one intraday, play it with light shares. All right, Go after their earnings report has been holding up pretty well, holding the 10 SMA. Looks like it needs to clear probably 44 and a quarter on GO, grocery outlet. So this one holding up well, flagging here. If they can clear that 44 area, might be interesting. HDSN, very strong move today. One of these under 50-cent names now. It's a big pop, big volume on this name. It came up to about 60 cents. Is rolling over a little bit here now in the after hours. But keep this one on watch. Maybe it pulls back and you get an entry under $1 name. Home, we talked about this one on Sunday. HOME, chatter around this name. It's holding up above the fast moving averages here. Holding up, flagging here. If they can get it back above maybe 640, 650 area, maybe it becomes real interesting again on HOME. IBIO, because it had that news after the bell tonight, was a beaten down name, now ticking up. So we'll see on this one. NETE was strong, popped it up over $5.60. Now it's pulling back to the 5 EMA and that 425 spot. So NETE, maybe it wants to bounce. We'll keep an eye on it. NPTN, battling here, holding above the 200 SMA, volume 800,000 shares on NPTN. Maybe it wants to clear 640 or so, and then maybe we'll get a push through that 650 area. Watch it intraday for this one. Semiconductor name, NPTN. NVTR, that's the one that had the news after the bell tonight. We'll see. Usually when they get this news and pops in the after hours, they pretty much just kind of sell off the next day, but I'll keep it on watch. PHUN was getting some buying today, still below this 190. The chart is trying to curl up here. You see the volume expanding, 3.4 million on PHUN. So maybe over that $1.90 area on this name. Keep it on watch. PSTV was popping today. Volume only 500,000 shares though, but there was this pop in it. Popped all the way up to $13 on PSTV. So we'll see. Volume is kind of light on it. Not my favorite, but a recent 1 for 50 reverse split on the 6th of August for that one. RKDA, this one has to be on your watch. Holding a below $10, but a big strong day. RKDA, we traded it a few times in the service today on RKDA. Let's see, RUHN, a China name, trying to turn the corner. If it ever gets back above $5, maybe it makes a move up. Volume only 300,000 shares though on that name. A Snap holding up well. If you're a swing trader and you want to try some snap, you got a tight stop here. This low on this candle is 1557, so we'll call it 1550. So there's your kind of entry right now on snap, maybe over 1625. If you want to try a swing trade in snap, I wouldn't think, not really affected by the China trade wars, but if the market's going to move down, it's probably going to move down too. But if we get another bounce, maybe snap makes a move up. Keep it on watch. Tops recently did a 1 for 70 reverse split. Not enough. This looked better intraday in the after hours here, but not really enough volume today. So, but just a heads up, 1 for 70 reverse split on this name. I'm sorry, 1 for 20. Sorry, I was thinking of another stock. 1 for 20 reverse split on tops. TRNX, we got a trade out of this one today. All right, nice pop over 185 on TRNX. It popped all the way up to 225 or so. So it gave us a nice trade in TRNX. So that one we'll be watching again tomorrow. TTOO closed strong. So this one deserves maybe your attention. 1.2 million. Trying to pop and get up over this 50 SMA here. Has that $1.50 up there. A nice grinding kind of a day today. TVIX, right? If the market goes south, starts moving down, keep TVIX or some of the inverses on watch throughout the day and for the week ahead. WKHS looks good here. I could just never on this thing, but it broke this $4.20 and moved up into the close today. Only moved up about 9 cents or so. It's a slow grinder. Maybe worth a swing trade. Maybe it's easier just to trade it that way. You have a high back here of 434. So if they can get it up over $4.35, and then you play up against this 5 EMA. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes only. Any trades that you take are your trades. So these are just idea generation. Work, maybe trying to come back up off the bottom here. WORK. So has the 20 SMA in the way. 3108. Maybe if it can get up over 38, 31, 10, 31, 15 or so on WORK, kind of prove itself a little bit. Maybe it will start to turn the corner against that 20 SMA. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and that's your stock watch list for tomorrow. And keep an eye on some of these for the days ahead. Don't forget the markets are closed next week on Monday, and so volumes may be decreasing as we go into the weekend. Hope everybody has a good day trading tomorrow. The name of my service is Zozo Stockwatch. You could come check us out for $30 for 30 days. All right, everybody have a good day trading. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com.